Waiting the winner of this one. He showed a bit of tactical nous, I thought, last night against Ian Burns. It wasn't all big breaks.
You can't be potting balls off the lampshades all the time, but what you can do is, you know, you can play the percentages and kind of work more.
Goes back to their junior days where Trump had a good record against Stuart. Of course, seen Trump become a top player.
They're always there somewhere deep in the minds of your opponent. So, you know, it's a tough match for Stuart, but you know, listen, this was what makes you stronger, if you can erase their memories and put them to bed and put in the great performances against opponents that can tend to be difficult for you.
For Trump, he'll be looking to play his natural game. He said himself, Carrington is more methodical, although most players are more methodical than Judd Trump, but he doesn't want to get bogged down.
A good result, I think. Allow him to settle and kind of come out.
Well, he played a very attacking shot, taking on the long red, but he's left Trump nicely in.
9.
Staying relaxed, but also obviously focused to get going this evening.
Down, so it's important to settle in matches, get the same result. It's red. And the one on the right cushion. He's got 4 open red. Wants to clear up in one visit.
Well, but Trump still knocked it in.
Ball.
Game there, he knocked in a cracking long red to take control of the frame, laid a good snooker till 9. Shaw Murphy's waiting in the semi-finals. Mark Allen also through, he'll play either Ryan Day or Daniel Wells. That's on the Eurosport player. Daniel Wells leads 1-0.
no young British talent out there, which is a shame really, because we've kind of like dominated the sport from the world.
Just playing a slight swerve here.
He wants to be on. You don't want to keep having to go up for blues, although a red just beside the pink or parallel with the pink, which will get him nicely onto the black. So that's the sequence game up. Now there's two. Aim to kiss one of the two reds, and if he misses that, then he'll be on the other two reds. So it's like a percentage shot here.
He was 8 years of age. His dad took him to the Welsh Open, which is quite close. Here he is now, one of the top players in the world.
When he was about 9 or 10, because we all get the Snooker Scene magazine, and at the front pages you have all the professionals. 12. So even though I hadn't seen him play, you knew he must be able to play. But he's been talked about ever since he was a young boy.
At the age of 13.
Other down on this left-hand side pocket, there was 4 or 5 reds. Thinking, you know, it looks like going 2-0. Done a lot wrong, really, other than, you know, he's had a
86.
It's a massive match for Carrington.
$94.
So this for career century, 569. So 101 2. On the other table, Daniel Wells still a frame up against Ryan Davis. Pot success 94%. So if they're both in the 90s, it's going to be hard to beat tonight.
Your opponents are worrying about you, but if he doesn't do anything well, this match is going to run away from him very quickly.
For him, but obviously if someone else made one, then it would be shared. He's made 3 maximums in his career.
I fancy him to get to 14 reds, 14 blacks. The way he's scoring and break building, you've got to fancy. Oh.
Well, what a chance for Carrington. We were talking maximums. Now this is where Hoyton now takes full advantage.
Stunt your rhythm. The less fear you put into your opponents on potting balls, that can kind of make your opponent miss balls as well.
17. Carrington's going to win the frame. Trump will still need the red on the cushion.
No.
Obviously not. Nearly took the back of the pocket off.
Oh, it's going in, I think. Wow.
Keep your own rhythm. That's all that matters, and that's all you score.
First.
So Judd. Stuart Carrington, the wheel number 42 from Grimsby, breaking off in frame 4.
Five.
Didn't really need to go into him hard, so he's probably thinking as long as I get a solid contact on the pack.
Trump was sat in his seat, kind of shaking his head, really annoyed with himself. Now he's right back at the table again. And although he's only scored 1 point, he's
Your opponent, the reds are nicely spread, so a safety shot could win this game.
Foul.
in amongst them all. Wow. Well, he's got one back.
One.
but then he misses. In the match in general.
I'm of the attitude that in the context of this match, I think this is a huge frame for Stuart. It's so very different because when you're out there playing, you kind of you start to see that it is just kind of fine margins sometimes. You know, everyone can play. At least get a real foothold in this game.
Something's gone wrong in it, as it has for Trump. He started the night really well, you know, had the century. For him not to think about that at the interval if Carrington does win the frame. Because what he will also have seen is Stuart Carrington.
Players, you know, we're sitting here in the commentary box and we're watching Judd now and we're watching Carrington and you can see Judd looks okay.
Positive, haven't you? And, you know, talk about how well he played to go 2-0 up and, you know, give him the hairdryer treatment or anything. Why did you miss that blue? It's not going to be that. He's looking much better now. Trump missed a ball and Carrington here has punished him. He's been pegged back. Sets it up nicely for when they come back. Come back, so potential upset there. Potential upset here. It didn't look likely at 2-0. Trump made that.
He's looked rather more comfortable. Trump just a little ill at ease, and that's why it's on as even at the midway. So he has to start all over again. Just the 1 point, but he's in control of the table. Longer, which is quite a lot. Trump, as we know, likes to do his damage quickly, get in, spread the reds all over the shop, and was irresistible, as Carrington told Rachel ahead of this match, in winning 4-0 in no time. Winning 3 out of 8.
Yeah, it's quite a low. That he shouldn't have missed. Maybe just a rolling.
Yeah, that's a terrific. Did here for that brave blue. Might have played safe, having run out of prime position, but back to left centre.
Seven.
Re-establish control. Had the 15-minute, might have been a lot more had it not been for the fluke rode by Carrington.
100.
To red that he'd normally get right at the start of that fifth frame. And Trump punished him in style. That excellent long blue after he'd run out of UK Championship heroics. My goodness me. He has made the most of that opportunity.
Black past the red. Psychologically.
But he's only one frame ahead. Carrington's competing really well here.
Unless he's going to drill this in off of two cushions and open the pack up. Load into the reds.
Oh dear.
The reds wasn't going into it with much pace, so he was.
That was better than it looked, wasn't it?
Oh.
Only to miss the black. Well, that is.
I think the way Judd plays and the way he's tipping pocket, which he normally punches in, but he chose to stroke it in. He don't stroke them in, he just drops them in.
He's the complete Yeah, that's demonstrated by how good he is.
Every single time.
Well, we're heading towards the sharpening about it for a whole lot longer if Carrington can make something big here. Welcome to the curse of the common.
Excuses there.
And that's a terrific red again. frame ball, barring snookers. Five frames to one. His reward, a semi-final showdown with Mark Allen. Great performance from up. Stuart Carrington was rocking. Carrington fluked a ball which changed the course of the match before the interval. He left.
If he doesn't, you kind of want your opponent to go for these. Double kiss. Leave the white up to where the reds are. See that shot there that Judd played? I don't know.
Yeah, that was a very...
One.
And the black up to back on its own spot. Makes break building that much easier. At the moment, you manipulate the white or something here. But he's still got a shot the blue here. Recovered well, but there you. And again, kissing the black.
Lost it again slightly, but he's inching his way towards a 4-3 lead. I mean, he would take blacks with the remaining reds. But it doesn't look as though he's going to get the chance to do that. Cut on the red to left centre, stayed out. And the cue ball was always going to be landing with the pocket for Trump, and this is the result.
Trump, 60.
Within one of the semi-finals here in Glasgow. Carrington needs the remaining 2 frames.
He must have a lot of confidence in that shot because it was a dangerous shot. Black's out of commission here.
When all sorts of things can go wrong. Sweetly.
Opens up another red, so he's got like 5 or 6 reds plumb in the middle of.
T6. 37.
Of course, earlier this season, the English Open, Judd Trump. But the beauty of the two of these
Black could win him this frame and match.
instead had to settle for 2 each. Really good century. Position a few times, but kept plugging away, retrieving the situation, and surely set the seal on victory. Best form after a difficult season. Two snooker heavyweights to go head to head. Through regardless, the pressure's off. And you can just show.
Right, you know, he's had to fight for this, Judd. He's played very well.
86.
Looks like he's going to be making 3 centuries, a 64, a 55 and a 41, so very well. And so you couldn't play him any better, really, to beat Judd. But I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I think Sean's point to prove. And, you know, if Sean can stay aggressive during the weekend, it's good to see, because I think that fire inside you, you know, there's so much to look forward to tomorrow. You know, got 2 ways finishing off here, just.
First 4 matches here. He'd lost just 2 frames on aggregate. Tonight he has champagne snooker to get the job done. Tremendous performance. 3 centuries